Boogie, drop that beat.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Talking Out Loud with Miss Talkative. Everything I say is my own opinion, alleged, and strictly entertainment purposes. Remember, I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video, let me know what you think. Now, Martell is always stating that Melody is in the place she's at because of him. If it wasn't for her, she would not have anything that she has. And so I thought of some things that Martell could actually take his Love of Mary Tunstall checks and invest in himself, because if you can make one, you can make another. And he's only taking her to court because of one thing: money. So I believe if he had the money that he truly needed, that he'll leave Melody alone and go on about his life. So I've put together some things that he could actually, I thought that he could actually invest in and start making his money work for him, instead of paying lawyer fees and court fees, trying to sue Mel for some money that does not belong to him. First thing I thought about, Martell should open a gym and become a personal trainer. He can open up a string of gyms and become and have some clients where he actually train them. And he could actually get in the gym himself to work out and redirect some of that misguided anger. Once he get on them treadmills, them punching bags and stuff like that, and trying to show off his body, and all these ladies that keep on calling him fine or whatever to line up, he'll really think he's somebody, get the feeling himself. He'll forget all about Melody. So maybe he needs something. He needs something else, or somebody else to stroke his ego, because Ariane, her standards aren't there. She's not high level enough to be enough for him to stroke his ego. And Shari, she too busy trying to get her own ego stroke. So maybe if he open that gym and have these ladies, running up to him trying to get him to be their trainer, that'll stroke his ego, where he could actually go away and leave Melody and Eminem kids to be. Another investment I thought about, real estate. The reason I say real estate is because he's gonna always need a place to live. His baby mama gonna need a place to live, and he connects. I'm not gonna say he connect well, but because a lot of his followers are women or men that think the same way he do, so maybe he could invest in real estate, even if he got to buy the house himself, rent it out or whatever. But he seems to be, he have the gift of gab when it comes to these women, because I don't know how the world he attracts so many, but he have the gift of gab to these women, where if he was to invest in real estate, then that way, for one, he could get his son out of that apartment. He could give his baby mama a house, get them people out that apartment where his son is not cooped up. Every time we see him, he's either cooped up in that apartment or cooped up in the backseat of that car. He needs to get a house, give it to his baby mama, where that baby can have a backyard, run and play, and tire himself out. So he's not sitting up all night on live with her and bopping her upside the head. Another thing I thought about, hear me out, is him becoming a speaker, a motivational speaker. I know y'all think Martell cannot speak, but yes, he can. Yes, he can. Martell can't speak now because Martell is a liar. But when Martell speak the truth, Martell will be able, the words will flow freely. Martell keeps saying how sorry he is, but he never admits to what it is he's sorry about. If Martell find a group of men, a panel or whatever, to speak on, to actually tell his real truth, and stop trying to act like he was the man that he really wasn't, and try to speak on stuff that he has no knowledge about, that's why Martell can't speak. That's why Martell is stuttering. But if Martell be true to himself and acknowledge and start to tell his story and let everybody know, I messed up. I messed up my whole life. And start to explain how and why, I believe he will be a great motivational speaker to bring awareness to other men. This is not what you want to do. Because when he said that he cried, I truly believe he cried. Now, do I believe he's sorry? No. But do I believe he cried? Yes, because he knows that he is sinking so low. And he knows deep down that melody is done and he's never going to find another melody. So I believe that if he can reach down and do some soul searching and begin to tell his real truth of what led to the demise of him in his marriage and why he has truly fallen from grace instead of that bull crap that was written in that magazine, I believe he will be a great motivational speaker. And that's when he will start to actually heal and turn his life around. So I know y'all say he can't speak, but yes, he can. If he be honest and truthful, then words will come off so freely and he will actually be able to speak his truth and leave melody alone. Another investment I think will be good for Martell, a suit line. I believe if he should invest in his very own suit line because he loves wearing suits with nowhere to go. So he could be a walking billboard for himself. Put on a suit, get him a seamstress, get him a tailor, get him some suits and get him some material, get them and invest in himself. And that way he'll have a reason to walk around with a suit every day with nowhere to go. He's a walking billboard for himself. That label on the inside should say Martell Holt, not off the rack. And maybe he can actually get his suits tailored to actually fit his body instead of 2-3 sizes too small. So I think a suit line will be great for him because he loves wearing a suit with nowhere to go. Another investment I think he could make a crack at, get a car service. Because he could give him and his baby mama, AC a job. Since she don't seem to be able to keep a car, the car service can make sure that both of them have a car. And that way, because the baby mama, she want to drive nowhere, put her behind the wheel, strap a little knocks on in there somewhere where she can at least be taking people around, having something to do. And when some people like to talk, because she loved to talk, and in this way she can have some different conversations, and instead of the stupid conversations that she's having online. And it'll give her a chance to get up out of that house and actually have somewhere to go. And for Martell, him having a car service, he got that he could, drive the, different people around the elite around Huntsville and back and forth to Atlanta and stuff like that. So I think maybe he can invest in a car service. I don't know. I'm just throwing that one out there. Another investment I thought about for Martell. OnlyFans. I know. Y'all say what? Yep. But at least he will have some type of he'll have some type of income where he's not bothering Melody. He got all these women when I'm on his lives. He got all these women talking about how fine he is and carrying on, and they taking up for him and stuff like that. So maybe he go ahead on and start him a little OnlyFans. I ain't saying, be no stripper or nothing, but I'm saying, like when he tried to do the calendar and it didn't work, he can go ahead and advertise himself on OnlyFans, where he could actually get them people that's on his live to move on over to OnlyFans. At least he'll have an income. Whatever income he get, if he get an income where he don't have to continue to pay for lawyer fees and court fees, he can leave Melody alone. Whatever. So if it got to be OnlyFans, if that's all he good enough for, then let it be that. I ain't gonna knock him. He making an honest living. He ain't robbing ATMs. So I'm gonna say go ahead on and do your OnlyFans. Another investment I think that'll be good for Martell. He need to have his own brand of condoms. Yes, and the reason I say that is because he just, from what I hear, making babies all over the place. And when I heard him say on Love and Marriage Huntsville that he wanted to have more kids, I'm like, with whom and why? Because you ain't taking care of the ones you got. You looking for their mama the 4 Eminem kids, you looking for their mama to do all the work. And you just reap the benefits. He can have all 3 types of condoms. He can have the male condom. Because he don't need no more babies in broken homes. He can have the internal condoms for the women, because the women that he chooses to lay up with, outside of Shari, don't mind how, I'm speaking to AC, yes, don't mind having babies in broken homes, and don't mind having babies, or don't mind getting pregnant and getting rid of babies. It's like, okay, it's becoming second nature to her. And I'm going to say allegedly. And he can also have, which is very important, he can have the dental condom for the mouth, because allegedly, from what AC states, he loved putting his mouth any and everywhere. And because he don't just stick to one woman, I think that will be a great investment for him to have his own brand of all three types of condoms. And that way, he don't have to worry about impregnating a woman or putting his mouth wherever he wanted it to be, because he well equipped with his own brand of condoms. Another investment, a male escort. The reason I say that is because Martell once stated to someone that they had to have a certain caliber of money to be with him. And since he gonna date women based on their status, he might as well become a male escort, get paid to go on dates, because he ain't gonna settle down with one woman anyway. And even if he do wind up getting remarried or settling down, he's still gonna be a cheater. So if you're gonna cheat, he might as well go ahead and get paid for it, because, well, at least while he can, if women willing to go that route, then at least make it make sense for the reason that you're doing it. They paying me to do it, and he can have an honest living. Another investment that I thought that he was once a teacher. Melody helped him get his criminal records expunged to get a teaching job. Maybe he need to go back to the beginning, even though it don't pay as much as, he's used to. Well, he ain't used to being paid hardly anything now except for Love and Marriage Huntsville checks. But maybe he need to go back to the beginning to remind him what he once had and what he threw all away, and he can wind up coming back to the man that he was, that Melody once saw something in him to make her want to invest in him. Or maybe he just got to stick to being a teacher until he can make his next money move. He can't continue to take Melody to court, because it seemed like the more he tried to sue her and paying court fees, the more damaging he doing to himself. So maybe he just need to settle down, become a teacher, or go back to being a teacher, and just go back into the background for a minute, disappear for a minute, and come out a little bit and humble himself. And the last investment I think that he should look into is property preservation. Melody helped him get into the property preservation business when they were married, and she still teach her courses, every couple months or every 5 to 6 weeks. She have a new class starting. He could take her a refreshers course and get back to, he should know it, if he helped her with the business. He don't need his builder's license for that. He don't need a real estate license. So why haven't he got back into that? And that way, because it seems like, if he has lost the custody case, or if he is going to lose the custody case, he ain't gonna be having the kids as often as he normally would. So he'll be able to, spread his business out and take it a little bit further. Because maybe Melody's not going to be in Huntsville too much longer, because she keeps saying, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. So if he needs to get back into property preservation, something that he don't need his builder's license, and he can actually earn a respectable living. You help teach the Scots, but won't invest in yourself? Martell, get it together. Now, I done gave you several investments that you can, think about, where you don't have to continue this nonsense about court filings and lawyer fees. And you can actually take that money and make it work for you and make your money stretch. And stop saying that you made mail, because even if you had whatever you poured into her, pour into yourself. Just my opinion. I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe. Comment on the video and let me know what you think.